Northwest is a marvel of nature that's truly breathtaking: the Grand Canyon. Spanning 277 miles and plunging over a mile deep, this immense canyon draws millions with its stunning views and geological wonders. Yet, beneath its famous red and orange layers, some startling discovery has surfaced, one that might change history and send a chill across the globe. Join us as we unravel 20 Grand Canyon discoveries that terrify the world. Number 20. Shasta, ground sloth. Around 5 million years ago, a unique species of ground sloth roamed the landscapes of South America. These colossal creatures were giants compared to today's sloths, growing up to 10 times larger and weighing as much as 4 tons, rivaling the size of elephants. What made these ground sloths even more fascinating was that they walked on their hind legs, much like humans do. This remarkable trait made them the largest upright walking bipedal mammals that ever existed. Though they weren't strict carnivores, the structure and build of the megatherium suggest they likely hunted other animals in addition to gathering plant-based food from their surroundings. While some extinct ground sloths reached elephantine proportions, evidence shows that slightly smaller ground sloths, known as Shasta ground sloths, once inhabited the Grand Canyon during the last ice age. Back then, the Grand Canyon was a cooler, wetter place, rich in vegetation, perfect for these massive herbivores. Remarkably, remains of these creatures have been found in caves, where their skulls, patches of fur, and even pieces of their feces, still pungent after thousands of years, have been astonishingly well preserved for over 11,000 years. The dry, stable conditions of the caves played a crucial role in keeping these ancient remnants intact, offering us a glimpse into the life of these incredible giants. Number 19. Pseudoscorpions. Between 2005 and 2007, researchers exploring a remote cave in the northern part of the Grand Canyon came across some strange, scorpion-like creatures scuttling across the cave floor. At first glance, these tiny creatures seemed like ordinary scorpions, but the scientists suspected they might have stumbled upon an entirely new or undocumented species. However, it took 7 more years of meticulous examination, DNA analysis, and behavioral studies to confirm that these creatures were indeed unique. Contrary to their initial assumptions, these creatures weren't true scorpions at all. They were pseudoscorpions. Despite their similar appearance, they lacked the signature long tail with a venomous stinger. Instead, their venomous parts are cleverly hidden in their pincers, which they use to inject toxins into prey, like small insects and mites. This ability to immobilize their food makes them formidable hunters despite their tiny size. What makes these pseudoscorpions even more fascinating is their incredible adaptation to life in complete darkness. Over time, they have evolved to become entirely eyeless, relying instead on their highly sensitive sense of touch and chemical detection to navigate and hunt in the pitch-black cave environment. This unique adaptation suggests they have been living in the cave system for thousands, if not millions of years, evolving in isolation from the outside world. Number 18. Nautilus Canyon. A nautiloid is a type of squid with a long, cone-shaped shell, with its body located at the wider end. Someone can find fossils of an ancient species known as the orthocone nautiloid in the Redwall limestone along the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. These fossils are believed to be between 500,000 and 2 million years old. However, a well-known creationist suggests that these fossils are solid proof of Noah's flood. According to this view, the Redwall limestone found in the Grand Canyon originated from a marine deposit that formed millions of years ago in a shallow sea. The orthocone nautiloid, which is considered an ancestor of the modern chambered nautilus, lived in these waters. Its shell was long and tapered, resembling a pencil. The creationist argues that the fossils indicate a sudden mass death caused by a rapid, powerful flood, similar to Noah's flood, that buried these creatures quickly, leading to their fossilization. On the other hand, a more conventional scientific explanation is that these nautiloids lived their natural lives, died, and their shells gradually sank to the ocean floor. Over time, slow-moving ocean currents could have aligned their shells in a particular pattern. This kind of fossil arrangement is quite common and can be found in many fossil sites worldwide, showing no signs of any unusual or catastrophic event. Number 17. Rattlesnakes. The western rattlesnake is a more familiar sight in the Grand Canyon than its shy cousin, the Grand Canyon rattlesnake. Known for its venomous bite, the western rattlesnake is a master of disguise, seamlessly blending in with the canyon's layered rock formations, which range in color from red to tan and brown. This makes it nearly impossible to spot, unless someone is specifically looking for it. However, its rattle, a unique feature among snakes, reveals its presence, vibrating at an incredible rate of up to 50 times per second. This rapid shaking is not just a warning, it's also a survival mechanism to deter predators. Interestingly, despite their fearsome reputation, there has never been a recorded death from a rattlesnake bite in the Grand Canyon. Instead, the only fatality linked to these snakes was from a heart attack triggered by the sheer fright of encountering one. Rattlesnakes are generally not aggressive. They prefer to stay hidden and avoid conflict. They will only bite if they feel directly threatened or provoked. The rattle itself is a remarkable structure, composed of keratin, the same material found in human hair and nails. As the snake grows, it sheds its skin, and a new segment is added to the rattle each time. Number 16. The American Cheetah. During the last ice age, while much of the world was gripped by icy cold, the Grand Canyon was a surprising haven of life. Unlike the frigid temperatures found elsewhere, this region enjoyed mild weather that nurtured a lush, green landscape teeming with plant life. This vibrant environment became a magnet for numerous herbivores, which flocked to graze on the rich vegetation. However, where herbivores thrived, predators were never far behind, lurking in the shadows and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. One of these predators was the now extinct American cheetah. These powerful big cats roamed the landscape during the Pleistocene era, stalking their prey with unmatched speed and agility. Unfortunately, they eventually vanished from the planet. Recently, scientists made an intriguing discovery while re-examining bones that had been found in the caves of the Grand Canyon. Initially, these remains were thought to belong to mountain lions. However, further analysis revealed that they were the bones of American cheetahs. Interestingly, it seems these cheetahs didn't die within the caves. Instead, likely, they perished elsewhere, and their remains were dragged into the caves by scavenging animals. This discovery offers a captivating glimpse into the ancient ecosystem of the Grand Canyon, a place where predators and prey once lived in abundance. Number 15. The Tusayan Ruins. One of the most fascinating archaeological sites in the Grand Canyon National Park is the Tusayan Ruins, an ancient Pueblo Indian settlement that dates back about 800 years. This site is considered one of Arizona's most important archaeological discoveries due to its unique and well-preserved features. The ruins consist of a modest U-shaped pueblo, which includes living quarters, storage rooms, and a sacred ceremonial chamber known as a kiva. Studies of tree rings from the area suggest that people lived here for around 20 years, beginning around the year 1185. Located just 2 kilometers west of the Desert View Watchtower along Arizona State Route 64, also known as Desert View Drive, the Tusayan ruins were first excavated in 1930. Additional preservation efforts were carried out between 1948 and 1965, highlighting the continuous work to protect this crucial piece of history. What makes the Tusayan ruins particularly intriguing is the story they tell about cultural persistence and adaptation. The ruins offer a glimpse into how a community from the Pueblo II period managed to survive and adapt during the Pueblo III period, a time of significant cultural and societal changes. This transition provides valuable insights into how ancient peoples responded to environmental and social challenges over time. Number 14. Chirawa leopard frog. The Chirawa leopard frog, a species with striking greenish-brown skin covered in dark, irregular spots, has a name that suits its unique appearance. Found in the southwestern United States, including areas like the Grand Canyon and the arid landscapes of Arizona and New Mexico, this frog was first documented in the Chirawa Mountains of Arizona in the late 19th century. These frogs are known for their remarkable ability to blend into their surroundings, thanks to their spotted patterns that mimic the dappled light filtering through leaves or rippling water. However, the Chirawa leopard frog is now considered highly vulnerable to extinction. The reasons are many and varied. Climate change has led to more frequent droughts, causing the ponds and streams it relies on to dry up. Additionally, the encroachment of invasive species, like American bullfrogs, is creating more competition for resources. A particularly aggressive fungus called Batrachochytrium dendrobatitis is also devastating their populations, attacking their sensitive skin and disrupting their ability to absorb water and essential electrolytes. Once common across its range, the Chirawa leopard frog is now missing from nearly 80% of its historical habitats. Despite being elusive creatures, they play a crucial role in their ecosystem by controlling insect populations and serving as prey for birds, snakes, and mammals. Number 13. Salamander-like footprints. The Grand Canyon holds some of the oldest fossils ever discovered, ranging from about 1.22 billion years to 740 million years old. These ancient fossils are known as stromatolites, which were formed by photosynthesizing bacteria called cyanobacteria. But the Grand Canyon isn't just about these ancient microorganisms, it's also a record of life's evolution over millions of years. One fascinating feature is the Coconino Sandstone, which began forming around 275 million years ago. At that time, winds swept across ancient dunes, depositing sand that eventually solidified into rock. This rock formation now contains some of the richest fossil deposits found anywhere. Among these fossils are footprints that resemble those of lizard-like salamanders. Some creationists argue about these findings, suggesting that such fossils could only have been created during Noah's flood, according to their interpretation of the Bible. They claim that the footprints must have formed after the flood, as they believe the only way to moisten sand is through such a deluge. They reject the idea that these fossils could have originated over millions of years, insisting instead that the Grand Canyon's rock layers and footprints are only about 6,000 years old. This view overlooks the extensive evidence of the canyon's complex geological history and its rich fossil record. Number 12. Drying up of the Colorado River. The Colorado River, one of the most vital water sources in the United States, is drying up at a dangerously fast pace. The river basin, which has been suffering from a severe mega-drought for decades, has become a focal point for problems as intense as the dry climate itself. Although a recent wet winter provided some temporary relief, the prolonged drought, spanning 5 to 10 years, continues to worry local authorities and environmental experts. They fear severe water shortages and their potential impact on local economies and public health. The conservation group American Rivers has now declared the Colorado River the world's most endangered river. The river basin provides water to 40 million people across the United States and 2 Mexican states, powers hydroelectric plants across 8 states, and is an essential resource for 30 tribal nations and various farming communities in the western United States. In December 2021, Lake Mead, a major reservoir on the river, reached a historic low of around 325 meters, leading to a 25% drop in hydroelectric power output. By June of the same year, the lake's water level had dropped further to 318 meters, nearing dead pool status, a point where the water is too low to flow downstream and generate power. Number 11. Arizona, man found alive. An Arizona hiker who went missing in the rugged expanse of Grand Canyon National Park has been found alive and in stable condition, the National Park Service has confirmed. The 48-year-old Euro Hernandez was located by a search and rescue helicopter at Breezy Point along the challenging Hermit Trail. This trail, known for its steep inclines and breathtaking vistas, is a popular but demanding route in the park. Hernandez had been last seen earlier on the Tonto Trail, a less traveled path east of Hermit Creek Camp. This area is renowned for its remote beauty and variable weather conditions, which can quickly shift from clear skies to severe storms. The search effort was extensive, involving both ground crews and aerial reconnaissance. Park rangers, equipped with specialized gear and knowledge of the park's complex terrain, scoured the trail on foot and utilized helicopters to scan the surrounding area. Emily Hernandez, Euro's wife, expressed profound gratitude for the tireless efforts of the rescue teams, who navigated the park's challenging conditions to bring her husband back safely. Veronica Morgan, Hernandez's sister, had been hiking with him when he began suffering from severe cramps, a common issue in the canyon's extreme heat and elevation. They decided to split up, with Morgan heading for help. Their separation led to a tense period of uncertainty, but the swift response from the rescue teams ensured a happy outcome. Number 10. Coconino Sandstone. The Coconino Sandstone, named after Coconino County in Arizona, where it is predominantly found, is a rock formation with a captivating history. It is primarily composed of quartz grains, a mineral celebrated for its strength and durability, which allows the sandstone to endure the ravages of time and weather far better than many other rocks. The thickness of the Coconino Sandstone varies significantly throughout the Grand Canyon. In the western parts, it is around 20 meters thick, while in the central area, it expands to over 138 meters. Toward the eastern side, it thins out to just 17 meters. The sandstone typically rests atop either the Kaibab limestone or the Toroweep Formation. Its color ranges from pale buff to a bright white, and it is rich with well-preserved features such as ripple marks, raindrop impressions, and fossilized tracks. These features suggest that the sandstone was formed from wind-blown deposits approximately 275 million years ago. What makes the Coconino Sandstone even more interesting is the lack of bones, but an abundance of trackways left by ancient reptiles and insects. These trackways, with their unique names, provide fascinating insights into the creatures that once roamed this region. Number 9. Hidden bodies uncovered. In 2021, the Grand Canyon was the site of a shocking discovery when a body was found about 440 feet below the rim at Yavapai Point. The deceased was identified as Gabor Biri Tongan, a 45-year-old man from Hungary. His family had reported him missing to the Las Vegas police, which led to an extensive search operation. During this search, authorities found Tan's car and personal belongings at the park's visitor center. This eventually led them to the tragic discovery of his body, located 131 meters below the canyon's rim. The investigation took an unexpected twist when another body was discovered nearby. This second victim was identified as Scott Walsh, who had been missing since 2015 after being last seen stepping off a shuttle bus at the south rim of the park. His body was found nearly 5 kilometers away, cleverly concealed by the natural surroundings, making it almost impossible to spot. These puzzling discoveries raised many questions about how these bodies could have remained hidden for so long. However, a revealing discovery offered some answers. The Grand Canyon is often compared to a geological layer cake, with its rock formations stacked in neat layers over millions of years. But deep within the canyon lies a significant gap between these layers, a space that conceals many secrets from human eyes. Number 8. Grand Canyon Cavern Hotel. The Grand Canyon Cavern Hotel in Arizona offers a unique experience far removed from the typical box-shaped hotel rooms. It features a suite that proudly claims to be the largest, deepest, darkest, and quietest motel room in the world. A bold assertion that's backed by remarkable facts. This exceptional suite is situated 220 feet below the Earth's surface within a cavern that is over 65 million years old, making it a truly ancient and extraordinary location. This cavern, known as the Grand Canyon Cavern, is the largest dry cave in the United States. It was formed during the Mesozoic era, a time when the Grand Canyon area was covered by a vast ancient sea that stretched across what is now North America. The limestone formations in the cavern, were shaped by the natural processes of erosion and mineral deposition over millions of years, creating stunning stalactites and stalagmites. In the early 20th century, the cavern became a prominent stop on the historic Route 66, a famous highway that connected Chicago to Santa Monica. The Grand Canyon Cavern was developed to attract travelers and showcase the natural wonders of the region. Today, it offers guided tours that delve into the cavern's fascinating geology and history. Number 7. The Supai Village. Supai Village, located deep within the Havasupai Indian Reservation in Arizona's Grand Canyon, is often called the most remote community in the United States. Nestled in a hidden canyon, this village is so secluded that it's the only place in the country where mail is still delivered by mules. The journey to reach Supai is an adventure in itself. Visitors must either hike an 8-mile trail, ride on horseback, or take a helicopter, as no roads lead to this isolated settlement. Home to about 200 Havasupai people, Supai Village serves as the capital of their reservation. The name Havasupai means people of the blue-green waters, a fitting description given the area's stunning natural features. The village is surrounded by incredible landscapes that include towering red rock cliffs, cascading waterfalls like the famous Havasu Falls and Mooney Falls, and striking blue-green pools that appear almost magical against the desert backdrop. These waterfalls, formed by calcium carbonate deposits, create unique travertine pools that change color depending on the light and the mineral content in the water. Despite its remote location, Supai Village welcomes visitors who are eager to experience its natural beauty and immerse themselves in the Havasupai culture. Tourists can ride a mule or hike into the village, where they can camp or stay overnight in a rustic lodge. Number 6. Lost Civilization. For the Hopi Indians, the Grand Canyon is more than just a natural wonder. It's considered a spiritual gateway to another realm. In 2016 alone, over 6 million visitors were captivated by its breathtaking beauty and mysterious aura. Yet, there's a fascinating story that suggests the Grand Canyon might have once been home to an ancient underground civilization. On April 5, 1909, the Arizona Gazette published an article that stirred imaginations far and wide. It claimed that 2 archaeologists from the Smithsonian Institution had discovered a complex network of tunnels beneath Marble Canyon. According to professors Jordan and Kinka, these tunnels were filled with Egyptian artifacts that could be traced back to around 1250 BC during the reign of Pharaoh Ramses. If this were true, it would dramatically change what people know about the history of the region, suggesting that the ancient Egyptians, not the Puebloans, may have been the Grand Canyon's first inhabitants. This would raise the burning question: how could Egyptians have traveled to North America? However, most historians and archaeologists dismiss this story as a fabrication. It's widely believed that the Arizona Gazette invented this sensational tale simply to increase its newspaper sales. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Deep within the heart of the Grand Canyon, explorers stumbled upon a hidden chamber buried for millennia. As they cleared the dust from the entrance, their torches illuminated an enormous, ancient door etched with cryptic symbols. With trembling hands, they pushed it open, revealing a vast cavern adorned with strange, glowing crystals and an enormous stone sarcophagus at its center. The sarcophagus was inscribed with warnings in an unknown language, but the explorers' curiosity got the better of them. They pried it open to find an eerie, perfectly preserved figure encased in a strange, dark substance. The figure appeared human, but with a monstrous, twisted face and elongated limbs. As word of the discovery spread, panic gripped the globe. Scientists scrambled to decode the symbols, while historians delved into ancient texts for clues. Theories emerged that this was no ordinary ancient being, but a creature from a forgotten civilization, buried to prevent its return. Soon, reports of strange occurrences began. Sudden, unexplained phenomena, people experiencing bizarre dreams, and strange lights in the sky. The once majestic Grand Canyon had become a place of dread, with locals and tourists alike feeling an inexplicable sense of foreboding. The world watched in horror as experts struggled to understand what they had unleashed. Could the figure be a key to unlocking ancient secrets, or a harbinger of something far more sinister? Let us have your opinions in the comment below. Number 5. Split Twig Figurine. Twig figurines are fascinating artifacts discovered in 4 states of the western United States: Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and California. These figurines are typically crafted from flexible twigs like the willow. The process involves splitting the twigs down the middle and then wrapping them into shapes that resemble animals. The wrapping techniques can vary from state to state, suggesting that these figures served different purposes in different regions and times. What's truly remarkable is that these tiny figures could be up to 4,000 years old, as determined by radiocarbon dating. This places their creation between the Archaic and Late Archaic periods in North America. It is believed that these figurines played a role in ancient hunting rituals. The purpose of these rituals was to gain the favor of animal spirits before a hunt. To make these figurines, a stone blade was used to carefully split a willow twig nearly to its base. The 2 halves were then twisted and wrapped together to form the desired shape. Sometimes another piece of wood was used to make a hole in the finished figurine, symbolizing a spear or arrow kill. As part of the ritual, a juniper torch was lit, and once the figurines were completed, they were placed under a rock pile at the back of a cave, possibly as an offering or part of the ceremonial process. Number 4. Cave of the Domes. The Cave of the Domes is a fascinating and one-of-a-kind cave situated on the edge of Horseshoe Mesa, which is about 5.6 kilometers down from the Grand Canyon's south rim. This unique cave can be found on the west side of the mesa, approximately a 20-minute drive north from the nearest campground. To reach the cave, someone will follow a trail that descends from the edge of the mesa. The path is relatively easy to navigate. Inside the cave, there is a main passage that stretches beneath the mesa, with several side passages branching off at right angles. The main passages are spacious and comfortable for walking, but there are also narrower crawl spaces for those seeking a bit more excitement. The cave's ceiling is adorned with domes that give it its distinctive name. There are inscriptions on the ceiling of the main passage. These markings, left by early explorers and photographers, are quite intriguing. The older inscriptions often resemble artwork, while the more recent ones might look like graffiti. For someone's safety, it's best to explore the cave in a group and avoid wandering off alone, especially after dark, to prevent getting lost or stranded. Number 3. Horseshoe Canyon petroglyphs. Horseshoe Canyon is nestled in an area west of Green River and north of Canyonlands National Park in Utah. While it's not the Grand Canyon, it offers its captivating wonders. The canyon is famous for its petroglyphs and pictographs, a type of rock art so distinct that it has its classification, known as Barrier Canyon-style rock art. These petroglyphs, which are designs carved into rock surfaces by removing layers through scratching, picking, or chiseling, tell stories from a time long past. Humans have been present in Horseshoe Canyon as far back as 9000 BC, when Paleo-Indians roamed the area, hunting large mammals like mastodons and mammoths across the southwestern region. Evidence suggests that Native American people continued to inhabit the canyon until around 1300 AD. The most significant collection of this ancient artwork is found in the Great Gallery, a part of the canyon where the images are exceptionally well preserved and abundant. The panel stretches about 200 feet in length and stands 15 feet high, showcasing life-sized human-like figures, some reaching up to 7 feet tall. These figures, etched into the rock, offer a haunting glimpse into the lives and beliefs of those who lived thousands of years ago. Number 2. Asharia Coli. Asharia Coli is a diverse group of bacteria that naturally inhabit the intestines of humans and animals. They are also commonly found in the environment and various foods, especially undercooked meats and unwashed produce. Most strains of Asharia Coli are harmless and even play an essential role in maintaining a healthy digestive system. However, some strains are highly dangerous and capable of causing severe health issues. These harmful strains can also lead to other serious infections. Some types cause urinary tract infections, which are common and can become severe if they spread to the kidneys. Others can cause respiratory illnesses like pneumonia, which can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. Due to these risks, avoiding foods and water contaminated with Asharia Coli is critical. Contamination often occurs due to improper handling or cooking of food, inadequate hygiene, or exposure to contaminated water sources. In August 2023, a troubling discovery was made when Asharia Coli bacteria were detected in the water near Phantom Ranch, the only lodging facility at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. This revelation was concerning for hikers and campers in the area, as it highlighted how even natural, seemingly pristine environments could harbor these harmful bacteria, underscoring the importance of taking precautions, such as boiling or treating water before consumption in such remote locations. Number 1. The Mulan Monster. One of the most interesting tales about the Grand Canyon revolves around the mysterious Mulan Monster, often referred to as Arizona's Bigfoot. Legend has it that these elusive creatures roam the dense forests along the Mulan Rim, a dramatic cliff that rises 2,000 feet high, stretching from northern Yavapai County to the New Mexico border. The first reported sighting of this ape-like monster near the Grand Canyon goes back to 1903. Walter Stevens, a daring explorer, claimed to have encountered this beast. He described it as a large, hairy humanoid with astonishing strength, agility, and an uncanny ability to move stealthily through the rugged terrain of the canyon. Even Don Davis, a dedicated cryptozoologist, believed in the Mulan Monster's existence. His belief was fueled by a chilling experience during a Boy Scout trip near Packard in the mid-1940s. Davis reported coming face-to-face with a towering creature covered in shaggy hair, with expressionless eyes and a foul smell reminiscent of rotting meat. Witnesses described this fearsome creature as standing over 7 feet tall, walking upright, with 2-inch-long claws, and making eerie noises that resemble a woman's scream. While some dismissed these sightings as mere hoaxes or misidentifications of large bears, others remained firmly convinced that the Mulan Monster is real. Which of these discoveries do you find the most exciting and captivating? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below.